Merry Christmas and that! Welcome to a cheeky festive special of 9 is 10. But before I start the episode proper, I wanted to give you a chance to get your hands on a Christmassy Doctor Who treat. Oh yes! I'm like Father Christmas in a way. Except I've got strict rules and regulations. And only one gift to give out. And I don't live in the North Pole. Or is it meant to be Lapland? I can never remember. The point is, the generous folks at BBC Worldwide have given me a copy of the brand new Doctor Who The 10 Christmas Specials box set on Blu-ray to give away. This collector's bundle includes The Christmas Invasion, The Runaway Bride, Voyage of the Damned, The Next Doctor, The End of Time, Parts 1 and 2, A Christmas Carol, The Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe, The Snowmen, The Time of the Doctor, and Last Christmas, all in glorious Blu-ray high definition. Exclusive to this set are the new documentary 10 Christmases, which goes behind the scenes of what makes a Doctor Who Christmas special so, well, special, a wicked little booklet, and 5 Doctor Who themed Christmas cards that you cannot get anywhere else. So maybe don't use them. Keep them to yourself and that. By Jove. This limited edition set is number 5 in the run. Number 5, that's pretty bloody rare. And can be yours if you answer this question. What would your ideal Christopher Eccleston Doctor Who Christmas special be about? 9 never got a Crimbo ep, so it's up to you to come up with one. Be as creative as you like. Be serious, be silly. If you're listening to this on SoundCloud, put your answer in the comments section, and if you're listening to this on YouTube, put your answer in that comments section. The entry that grabs me the most, either tickles me or makes me go, yeah, I'd love to see that, will win the 10 Christmas Specials Blu-ray box set. The deadline is December 31st, and I'll be picking a winner on New Year's Day. So you can spend January watching copious amounts of Christmas Who by Jing. Christmas never has to end until you're grown up. It ends then. But at least you'll have this box set. So what are you waiting for? Get creative and come up with a Chris Eccles cake Christmas. Speaking of which, on with the show. We lied! We lied! Chris Johnson, you're a liar! I'm the world's greatest liar by Jiminy! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, I'll clarify this now, the one and only episode of 10 is 10.
But Chris, you lied!
I
You
lied.
liar, Chris Johnson! You lied!
Well,
It's rule one
Well,
that
alright.
Chris Johnson always lies.
Well, okay, we'll get around it by calling this 9 is 10, the Christmas Invasion. Didn't say I wouldn't do any more
No, it
9 is
doesn't
10.
work.
Alright, it doesn't work. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 9 is 10 / 10 is 10, the Christmas Invasion. We're talking Ninth Doctor, past, present and future by Jove, by Jingo, by Strauss. And I am joined by some very special guests, back from a successful Boomtown-based episode. It's the Viking bellowing man himself, Matthew Watson.
Hello!
Joining me from many a drunken foray into the worlds of Doctor Who, my particular favourite being the one we didn't record, it's Guy Lambert.
Hello.
And joining us, Maisie Williams, ladies and
Yay!
gentlemen. Maisie Williams.
Williams.
Maisie? Maisie?
Oh no, sorry. She's still got the duct tape on her mouth.
Ah, yes.
Whoa.
It's for the best. To keep her quiet, nothing sinister.
Oh, we've nothing against Maisie Williams.
It's non-sinister duct tape.
Well, we
Just
didn't.
her,
Just the duct tape.
just the publicity side of it.
It was
This-
it was a surprise appearance. We didn't want her yelping in surprise when we snatched her off the set of Game of Thrones.
This got dark really quickly. So, we
She'll
are
be
here.
fine.
We are here to touch on a few things. Again, moving on from last thing.
Could you stop touching me there, though, Chris?
Many things have happened in the months since 9 is 10 wrapped up. I got some new coasters.
I think you could say I got some new legs.
I got some new legs.
I don't know why.
He's got lovely new legs.
He's got lovely, they're beautiful. I think they used to be a lady's legs.
Yeah, top of the line there.
They're very smooth.
You have a woman's legs.
You wouldn't think they had one previous owner.
He's got amazing dance work he can do now.
No, oh god. After we finished the podcast, there have been several news stories about, because of course we had to celebrate the return of Doctor Who in 2005, and Christopher, the greatest living actor known to man, much better than Peter Davison, Eccleston. I'm only saying that to wind Guy up.
I'd say he was part of the Peter Davison's legacy.
Fair enough. Legs.
It's
Peter
legacy.
Davison's leg.
The
legacy.
Davison
legacy.
legacy.
Peter Davison's feminine legs.
His lovely silky legs.
Can I kiss Peter Davison's legs?
Yeah.
So lots happened, but we're going to touch briefly on what I like to call the past.
Oh.
Previously on Doctor Who: The Vampire Slayer. No, the Doctor died and regenerated into the 10th.
He did.
Now, back in the year of our Lords, 2005, the Christmas Invasion wasn't the next time we saw Doctor Who on our screens. We had a Children in Need special, a short episode, dubbed by some fans online as Born Again, but to the rest of us, sense-speaking humanoids,
who came
it's
up
just
with
called that Children in Need thing.
who came up with Born Again?
I think,
Do you know?
I'm probably getting this wrong. I think it was a note on one of Russell's scripts or something, and he mentioned it,
okay.
or what have you. But on the DVD
It's
and
canon.
It's a
and
weird
on the
title, isn't
Wikipedia,
it?
it's called Doctor Who: Children in Need. Exciting, that, isn't it? And annoyingly, it's also only accessible on the special features of Series 2.
So it is
Disc
not.
one.
Is it not in the Netflix episode selection on Netflix?
It is not. So the people who box set this on Netflix miss out on this genuinely brilliant bit of summit. Gentlemen,
Yeah.
we're going to get onto our commentary for Christmas Invasion.
Yeah.
But before that, let's quickly talk about Born Again.
The leading ABBA tribute band.
Yeah,
We watched
the
this strange, not very well dubbed version.
Yes, on the DVD. Yeah.
Which sort of made it feel a bit like it had no impact. It sort of felt a bit like,
Which is a shame, because there's a couple of really nice performances from David Tennant and Billy Piper. Especially Tennant.
It's one strangling away from being Colin, isn't it? He's very manic in the second half of
He
it.
doesn't strangle her.
Well, nah, wow.
It's not just...
How do we know? We see them about to crash, and then we cut to Christmas Invasion where they're just arriving, and he's like, Merry Christmas! And
He
his
just wants
face-
to strangle
and-
your
and Rose
daughter.
runs out weeping, going with a taser in her hand, going, I had to do it!
Giving her a Christmassy strangle.
I'll never tell what happened.
But it's a really nice moment, and it also seems to start the modern day tradition, because I don't remember it being like this in the original run at all. The modern day tradition of the Doctor acknowledging his facial features and bodily features
Well,
from regeneration. Like,
Yeah.
Colin
Oh,
talks
he
about
does-
his noble brow, and John sort of like takes a look at his face in the mirror and goes like, well, yeah, actually, quite nice.
Because he goes, no, that won't do at all.
Don't do it at all. Then he goes, well, no,
And then starts sort of stroking his own face.
Yeah.
Where did I
looks
get
in the
this
mirror.
tattoo
Tom
from?
looks in the mirror.
Tom looks in the mirror. Pete doesn't really acknowledge his appearance so much as just looking in the mirror and thinking like, who am
I'm
I?
trying to think when Peter actually looks in the mirror, because I watched Castrovalva the other day, but I wasn't paying entirely
He talks about
attention.
his things about regeneration. Is that where he says you never quite know what you're going to get? He's staring at himself in the
He
mirror.
probably couldn't look in a mirror, because if you were Peter Davis and you looked at yourself in the mirror, you just wouldn't stop, would you?
You'd just be
You'd just-
so
You'd
transfixed
just-
by your own blonde beauty.
And your feminine legs.
Your
Gaze
beautiful
adoringly.
cheeks. But the second Doctor looks in the mirror and then sees Hartnell and then looks at him. But I don't
That's
quite
kind of
know.
cool, though. I like that. It's almost like the
Yeah.
first regeneration. He's not quite used to this idea yet, and his
Yeah.
brain's still seeing his previous self. That was quite nice. But Tennant feels
So
himself.
basically,
up a
we've
bit.
just disproven what you said.
Yeah, kind of. I don't care. We saw Star Wars tonight. We're all good.
That's what
Yay!
Are we watching Star Wars again now, Chris?
No!
Oh, what?
We're
But
watching.
it was so nutritious.
We're watching, debatably, the
Go on.
best of the Christmas specials of Doctor Who. After,
I don't
of
think-
course, the Feast of Stephen.
I don't think that's really debatable. I don't think that's really up for discussion.
And we all know that the Husbands of River Song is going to be the vastly the best.
It's
whatever.
going to be a real return to form for the Doctor Who Christmas special tradition.
They had thousands of people at that screening the other night in Leicester Square
Yeah.
for Star Wars.
But going back to your children need thing.
Yes, which is actually the topic. Good point.
It's a bit weird, isn't it? Because
topic?
I'd forgotten how kind of low key it is. As a children needs
Yeah.
Hello.
it's a really low key little thing, isn't it? It's not like a big.
There's no whiz bang to it. It's a nice little dialogue scene.
Yeah, it feels
It's-
oddly.
It's quiet. It's one set. It's just a character piece. It's obviously been filmed. It's one of those like we've got couple of hours this afternoon to get this. Like, we've got to get it. Let's do it. There's no menagerie that's almost complete. There's no 3D glasses with the Radio Times.
Do you know when it was
nothing explodes. So it's,
Do you know when it was recorded? Was it before or after
I believe they recorded it. I may be wrong. I will look, because I think it might actually have been recorded on the day they recorded his part of the Regeneration.
Because I tell you why. Because did you notice how rock and roll? Not that I want to use that term that's been misapplied to Capaldi, but he's very rock and roll, young, kind of not boy band, but you know what I mean. He's almost like a rock star-ish. Yeah, and his hair's all wild, and we never see him like that again. He's almost, I don't want to say punk. You know what I mean? He's kind of Brit poppy kind of thing.
He's got a bit of attitude to him.
Yeah, which he never has again when he gets into his suit. You can almost imagine that Doctor having a punky leather jacket or something.
Hello, I've got a punky leather jacket. This episode was actually recorded after they'd completed photography on the Christmas Invasion. So it was done afterwards. And it also had the working title at one point. During Children in Need, the banner called it The New Doctor. And Russell T Davies joked in Doctor Who magazine that it was called the Pudsey Cutaway.
Yes, because wasn't there a TARD? Oh, it's because of that Dalek cutaway.
Yeah. And an alternative title for Mission to the Unknown, yeah. So, by Jing, by Jove, by Strauss. Oh, but it was the 2009 tie-in book, Doctor Who Companions and Allies, that called it Born Again.
Ooh, I wonder who wrote that. Probably Justin Richards or Gary Russell.
Oh, on a power trip.
Or one of them crazy fans.
I'm rewriting the canon.
What was the TV movie referred to? What was the
alternative? Oh, that was called The Enemy Within.
The Enemy Within, which
I never understood what that meant.
I don't think that's special.
It's just generic genre title number 72, I think.
And speaking of which, no, that doesn't make sense. So that was the past, gentlemen. That was us getting a visit from the ghost of Christmas past, in a way, because that happened prior to the special.
Yeah.
So let us now venture, by Jove, into the present. Let us enter.
This is technically the past.
Hush
all the past.
Hush your mouths.
Why we're talking about it.
Hush your tiny lips.
But it's the present in the past.
Yes.
But it's also the future because we're recording
People
this
assume that
out.
time is a natural progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint,
it's lost it.
It's more a big ball of take a shot, wibbly wobbly, tiny limey stuff.
It's sort of both the past, present, and the future.
Okay, we're entering the present. We're entering the ghost of Christmas present. He doesn't know, but we're entering him. Ladies and gentlemen, line up your DVD. I've not said this in a while. Line up your DVD, your Blu-ray now, because that's an option for this episode.
Yeah.
Netflix, get past the BBC logo on your iTunes, and get ready to press play in
3,
2,
1. It's a Christmas Invasion. Black screen, and then hang on, is this the shot that opened Rose? By the Queen?
Oh yeah, I didn't know they used this again in this one.
Well,
I forgot. I haven't seen this one for.
They stopped writing to you after a while. They wouldn't tell you anymore.
How many? They used to handwrite me a letter to remind me when it was on.
Dear Mr. Lambert, please topples. Get topples. Oh, a lovely ball.
Jackie in a bauble.
Old Jackie in a shiny house.
She does the flat up nice for Christmas, doesn't she?
Well, if a white tree is your idea of nice, but in which case you're a heathen.
Oh no, but I mean, because it's a little stuffy.
Did you say you're a heathen?
Heathen.
I've got a white tree, you heathen.
Are you a Viking or are you God?
Both.
I suppose the
I'm a
beard allows
Viking
you to be
god.
all of the above.
Oh, look at old Jackie. And little Mickey.
Hey,
Well,
look at his hat.
do
you remember when fringe characters had personality?
Yeah. I love it.
And we liked...
What are you talking about, Guy? This is Christmas 2005. I don't know what you're talking. What are you referring to?
They've heard something.
Power Stay. I do miss it. The real one,
I do
not
miss
the
Power
not the
Stay.
shots it just happens to be used in.
Yeah.
I mean, or will be in 10 years' time by Jing.
Yay.
Oh, look at her in a Christmas tracksuit.
Because, of course, in their timeline, they didn't know what... She disappeared off into the TARDIS, didn't she? And they don't know what happened.
They yanked the TARDIS open, the doors closed behind the chain of the van, and...
This was great. I remember this and thinking this
cool
is
shot.
such a good idea.
Crashing TARDIS.
I like how they tried to one-up it next Christmas by having the TARDIS travel along the motorway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is, a very cool sequence.
He was good at stuff like that, wasn't he, old Russell?
Oh, yes. Oh.
Look at Jackie's breasts. I don't know why I've got a kind of fixated on them.
Fixated on Camille Kajori's
I don't know
Kajoris. On Camille's Kajoris. Oh. Look at him, he's handsome, isn't he?
He's a handsome devil.
And he's
bless him.
gone.
Oh, and she has a really terrible line, which...
Hey!
The Doctor you met before, do you remember?
Yeah.
That
Although, to be fair, Rose is a little calmer because of the Children in Need scene. Having watched that just before this, it's like, okay, she's sort of like taking a deep breath and gone, oh god, okay, this is him.
But as I remember, the Children Need scene, they didn't know that. I don't think they knew that they were going to do it when they did this. If that makes sense. Like you
I think Russell
assumed...
probably had an inkling. I think he had an inkling, or maybe just for character reasons, he probably wrote a conversation out.
Yes.
So Yarb,
That font seems enormous. Isn't it?
big telly.
Oh yeah,
It's a big telly.
Oh, they're not as large as the IMAX where we experienced What's Star Wars good, Chris?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't
know what you're talking about. The Star Wars movie that came out this year was Revenge of the Sith.
Can I just say, I love hearing about the other people on the estate. She just mentioned Tina the Cleaner.
Oh,
The medical student lodger, which I thought was lovely. I love
they
hearing-
had a good character kind of richness, didn't they?
Yeah.
People like when she borrowed the van off someone in parting of the way.
Yeah. Where do you get this truck from?
And because I'm pretty sure when they come back in End of Time, these two, that Camille is talking about other people on the estate to her as well.
Yeah.
They love all that. Trisha Delaney almost.
It just
Trish
gives
from the shop.
it just gives them a bit of a
It's giving them a world, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's their world.
Oh, hello.
Whereas nowadays, companions are lucky if they've got a mum.
God,
let
you
alone
really shouldn't have eaten that vindaloo last night. Oh, look at that.
his regeneration. Oh, look at this.
Woohoo. Oh, hang on, is that Space Seed?
No, this is not Star Trek.
Oh god.
Oh dear me.
Was he a different person?
The people, Jackie filling the role of people who've never seen Doctor Who before. Admirable.
Yes, yeah. Because again, and it's something I noticed watching the series now, it's not good at, which is jumping on points.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, they're a little harder to find nowadays.
I was watching End of Time the other day, and I noticed even in that, the
the
last
10th Doctor's last story.
yeah, even in that, things are explained to you really well.
Mm.
Like what happened, where all these people are from, and the same here. Oh, there's Howard from the market.
Yeah.
It's great, isn't it? Because life has carried on while they've been off doing their thing.
Yeah.
It's a bag of oranges.
Oh, the Golden Age!
Remember when that happened in 2005? The golden age of Britain?
Well, this is 2006, isn't it now, in terms of Doctor
yeah,
Who?
in terms of Doctor
Oh, yeah,
timeline,
of
yeah.
course.
Well, I don't know, it might be 2007? Because I believe that
Oh no, yeah, she's gone
the
for a
Slovene
year.
two-parter happens in 2006, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. So she couldn't have been Prime Minister by Christmas, could she?
Oh, God, no.
Because that would have been ridiculous.
Well, then again, they needed a new Prime Minister quite quickly, because the last one was gutted in a cupboard.
That's true, but then she would have had to become leader of the party. I mean, look how long it takes us to organise a referendum.
Yeah.
A little bit of politics.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of politics.
Politics are great.
Politics, yeah, a bit of politics for you, yeah, for the family, yeah,
Oh.
Family, yeah, politics, yeah.
All the CGI in this.
Oh,
We were talking about,
family, yeah, politics, yeah, family, yeah.
we were talking about Attack of the Clones. Oh, actually,
Oh,
that's
oh.
But when you think about how Attack of the Clones, which had a budget like 400 times bigger than this, that doesn't look any good now.
Well, it's because they used it everywhere.
And
Yeah,
this,
well, that's true.
the CGI in this, it's not great, but it compared to what money they
They
have.
only
Telly
use it-
CGI is pretty damn impressive.
They only use it when they need to use it, so.
Aye.
Because keep in mind, by this point, I think I don't think Primeval was on, but I think it was about to happen.
I
combat the wave of Doctor Who.
I don't think that happened for at least another year.
Oh, was it Demons first?
Well,
yes.
Demons wasn't a Saturday night thing, though, was it?
Yeah.
It was like it wasn't like tea time.
It was sort of later.
It was a little bit later,
but
but it was Saturday.
Funny if I found I had the Demons DVD. I've got it somewhere. God knows why.
Oh, you're the one who bought it.
I bought
Best
the
place for it,
only
guy.
copy available. It's next to my copy of The Husbands of River Song.
Oh, bless him, Mickey. You're still trying it on, isn't it?
It's great, all this, isn't it?
Of course
Yeah, I
she
love
is. It's
North
Series 1 Rose, technically, and she's gorgeous. Look at her little ways.
You can't talk about it like that.
Yes, I can.
Oh, love a good Santa.
So much prettier without the duct tape.
It's good, Nick, because again, they would have filmed this in like August or something.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Because it was August. Because they filmed it, and then I think they had like 2-week break or some stuff like that, and then went straight to making the gosh darn series.
Because I remember being on the internet and seeing all these pictures come out around the late summertime.
On the Doctor Who website as well, yeah.
That lovely long build-up.
In that first couple of years, that was a must-visit site, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because they'd be the ones who would drop like a picture or two near the time.
Yeah.
And they'd have the quizzes and the games and stuff. Like, they would make you want to come back.
Well, they dropped the Cybermen reveal way in ahead of season 2.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Did they?
Yeah. Like, full-on shot of the Cyberman.
Yeah, it was that full body shot, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Was it not in the... I remember reading it on the Metro, on the Tube. Was it not...
I think they dropped it on the website first.
I don't know.
I think it's because they knew it was about to leak, so they were like, here you go,
Let's
everybody.
get ahead of it.
Here's the gosh darn Cybermans. Was Attack of the Grask this night as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was! Oh my days!
Written by
Gareth Roberts?
Gareth Roberts.
Hey!
Oh, the good old grass.
Technically, the third Slitheen story, because there's a Slitheen in it. Big scary CGI Slitheen. I love the Grask, actually.
Yeah, he's good.
I like the fact that he reused, like, I think it was Gareth episode, actually, the Grask reappeared in Sarah Jane.
Yes.
And then the Grosk in Death of the Doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
the
quite
little
nice.
blue ones, yeah.
Yeah, I like the fact that there's different species, all the different vowel.
And they get annoyed, don't they, because they think they're the grass.
Yeah.
Which is a joke he does in End of Time
Does
with
he?
the green cacti people, and he says, "Oh, aren't
yeah.
you Ben Capalottit thingy from Voyage of the
Oh,
Damned?"
Urbana Cafalata.
the red guy, and they're like, "How dare you say that?" He likes that little joke. Cousin Mo. Who's Cousin Mo? Oh.
I know that it's, but it's, it's like that's how real people talk. You talk about people. You know
Yeah,
who they are.
you're right.
Real people don't turn around and say, "Remember this person? Who is this person from this place?"
I tried to do something like that in a script, and people said it was confusing. But...
What?
Yeah.
Right about Cousin Mo?
Well, I think
Cousin Mo.
I think a lot of productions do what this wasn't afraid to do, which is they just assume their audience is smart.
Yes.
It's what this does so well, and a lot of productions are scared to do that.
I love how you say that as the Christmas tree starts attacking.
Yeah, and then the Christmas tree starts attacking, and I'm like, yes, brilliant.
Again,
That's
that's
such a good idea.
that is a nice moment where they go like, hang on, when did you put that up? It's like, I didn't. It's like, oh, God.
But that's such a perfect thing, isn't it, for Doctor Who? That's such a Terror of the Autons.
Yeah.
type
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
To go, let's just do a revolving killer Christmas tree.
But that's the other good thing about
Even
this
though
as
it
well.
makes no sense at all.
Because
No.
if this was the only Christmas special they ever did, then we'd all
Yeah.
remember it as that time Doctor Who had a killer Christmas
Yeah.
tree. And it'd be like, oh my God, that's awesome.
Because actually, in terms of the story, this Christmas tree and the Santa Claus people don't really make sense. in
Yeah,
a
they
way.
get more of a payoff next year, which is what I like that Russell did that. I like that he made it so that if you watched Christmas this year, and then never watched Doctor Who again, but your family watched Doctor Who next Christmas, you tuned into Runaway Bride and you were like, oh, it's them!
Yeah, you're right.
That's
I
quite
never thought about
nice. It
that
sort,
way.
it sort of gives them a mini story arc, in a way.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Because I guess
Christmas
there are
baddies.
people that will only see it at Christmas.
Yeah. And that's quite nice, because they'll go, oh yeah, they're the Robot Shanties from last year, isn't they? Oh, I love them!
I love them.
I love my favourite bit!
I love the fact Doctor Who's only on at Christmas.
Right control, burst control. Good old Davis. Now, you might remember, gentle listener, that I mentioned in one of the last episodes that I had a little keyring TARDIS that was released, I think, just after this, and it had 3 lines from the 10th Doctor in it. But they're all from this episode.
Oh, were they not
Brilliant.
like new teeth? And
You
all
pressed it, and it was, I think one of them was, where was I? That's right, Barcelona. So, Parting of the Ways. The other one was remote control, but who's controlling it?
No,
There was two more quotes other than that. There was no second chances on that sort of a man, which then never played into anything ever again.
That's like Rock and Roll Time Lord, isn't it? Or
100%
Rebel Time Lord.
yeah. And then the other one was I'm a doctor, like new face, well, knew everything, whatever that quote is. And it's like, cool. Well, these won't get dated.
When he says, "I'm the Doctor, new face, knew everything," do you automatically think of his testicles?
Yes.
Because that's what I always think of.
Well, he's called Tennants, isn't he? Piper revealed that he's nicknamed Tennants.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blimey. No wonder.
No idea whether or not any of them have seen his sonic screwdriver.
Well, I think everyone's seen John Barrowman's by the sound of it. Whether they wanted to or not.
That was just in...
I love Jackie's laundry list of anything.
Oh, yes. And he's going sharp.
I love how she's genuinely trying to help as well.
But being terrible at it.
But it comes in soup and a little ham sandwich.
You also get the sense that's a little bit improv as well.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Oh, I was thinking of the Howard and his apples.
He gets hungry.
This is just, I mean, it's all just kind of nonsense. I'm just imagining Russell T Davies writing that and laughing, chuckling to himself, right?
In his jolly way.
Yeah.
As only Russell can.
And then clapping. Applauding himself.
He's signing off, going for a cigarette, and coming back to tackle the next scene.
And going to Tesco's, because he always goes to Tesco's.
He does, in The Writer's Tale. He's always at Tesco's at
He goes
daft
down to
hours.
Tesco's and decides to kill Kylie Minogue on the way back. I remember that when he says, I remember coming up with that idea on the way back from Tesco's. Bless him.
I must kill her.
I love Russell T.
Now, can we just say, already, this story is a better version of Castrovalva than Castrovalva.
No!
But it hasn't got my web!
There's no...
Oh, bring it to me, boy!
There's no recursions.
Yes, but he may be laid down, but stuff's still happening.
What is it called? Recursive clues?
I have no idea. I've not watched After Malcolm.
God, you nerds. This is
I watched
2005.
it,
Doctor Who's cool now.
Hey, I tell you what, Castrovalva got about the same number of people watching it as this did. So,
Yeah, but back then there was only one channel, and we'd killed everyone else.
Oh, I'm going to hold your hand. I literally touched Chris's hand.
Yes, that's alright. You just see when Matt's put his hand. He's put it right up my Guinevere.
I remember thinking this was quite well done, but still that sort of way of Britain doing
the right
things
side of naff.
in a slightly cheap way, yeah.
I
Like
like
the
Danny
fact
Lemon
this
as well.
Welshman is in charge of the British Mars thing.
Danny Lemon is one of those actors who does loads and loads of stage stuff, but very rarely on screen.
Is he?
Like, he's constantly working. I think he runs a theatre now, but I can't remember which one. He's artistic director of a theatre somewhere now.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah, he was really famous for stage stuff, but that wasn't on TV very much.
This is really cool. I like the fact those Santas are just nicknamed pilot fish.
Yeah.
Really, because the Doctor calls them that to basically illustrate the point that they've come to get what they can before the bigger thing comes to destroy you.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice. I quite like that.
I bet he came up with the rotating Christmas tree and all that and thought, oh, how do I make that work for this?
Let's get our Christmas bit in. It's done.
Now,
And
how
let's
do
focus
I...
on the end.
what's
Trinity
the
Well!
Yay!
Huzzah!
Is this this isn't her first one, is it?
No,
I think
she's
she's
in
in the Celine.
Yeah, she's in the Celine one.
That's right.
I love that the face is enough for them to
Hey,
go,
up Tower London!
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Is that... Oh, so this establishes the unit are there. Okay,
Is it unit in this story?
It must be.
Or is it just the government? Oh, yes, unit. Yeah,
yes,
they've got the
there
music
you are.
and they've got the black and red berets. The modern unit, as it were.
And this is where it's crying out for Nick Courtney to pop up.
Yes.
And I just don't understand why they never did that, really.
Have you noticed there's never consistently a captain, really, in Modern Who? There's always a different captain of unit.
Yes,
every
it was
time.
surprising that they didn't come up with their own brigadier, really.
Yeah.
Maybe
and
that's
then,
why
and when they did, unit had kind of been de-united, really. Like, unit isn't the unit we know by the time Kate Stewart rolls around. It is in the Power of Three, but after that it sort of becomes a bit different.
Well, they don't know what
It
they're
becomes
doing.
like NCIS after that, basically.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
all a
team
bit
of people.
unplanned, really, isn't it? It's all kind of knocked together, and it just kind of evolved into something else over time.
Unless Clara turns up, they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, quite.
Oh, it's
Or Harriet Jones from MP for Fly Down Low.
the very attractive Adam Garcia.
he's good in this role. You feel really sorry for him.
He's never.
Especially on the ship when he's so out of his depth, but he's still having to translate.
I think he did stomp on stage for about 20 years or something, but he's never quite broke. You know what I mean? He's never been a sort of star, old Mr. Garcia. But I do remember
Cherry Garcia
in not Footballers' Wives, in Dream Team.
Oh
The
my
Sky
god!
Team.
Yeah.
Oh my
He was in that. He was in the beginning of that. He was in the first episode.
Was that the Sky One attempt at Footballers' Wives, sort of? But it was
I think it
focused more on the
predated it.
footballers themselves.
Yeah, it was alright, actually.
It was like Scorer in the Mirror. A strip that used to annoy me as a kid. Why put the dramatic strip at the bottom of the
I
strips?
don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Weird.
Wasn't Scorer in The Sun?
As the Mirror.
Do you remember there was
Mirror,
that strip in The Sun about that couple who were always naked?
Yeah.
Oh, Scorer was like that too. It was just basically like, oh, now the footballer's wife's going to sleep with
But it was literally
footballer.
about, it was called something like, I can't remember, Lynn and Barbara, or not Lynn and Barbara, that would be a little bit progressive for The Sun. Anyway, look, it's stuff happening.
Jeff and Lynn.
Look, it's a tiny pixie-esque lady in a blazer.
Jeff Lynn's yellow.
Sally. That means you're going to die.
Hey.
Or go into danger. We know your name. Look at Harriet Jones.
Look at her
I
face.
bloody love Penelope Wilton, isn't it?
Yes, we know who she is.
Because it's interesting, because you're saying about there's no sort of unit consistency, but they had Harriet Jones as the consistent
Yeah, I suppose.
politician.
I suppose.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
Everyone's
Yeah,
thinking,
it's a
why is
weird
this alien
choice.
Bohemian Rhapsody?
Oh,
That must be deliberate. They must be like,
yes, because that's a really unnatural lineup, isn't
Yeah.
it, to do it that way.
I like the performance of the Sycorax leader in this. He's just the right side of scary panto villain, but still feels threatening. Especially later when you take the mask off and stuff. You're like, I know this guy's a bit sort of like, and all this, but I feel like I could die if I look at him the wrong way.
argle bargle.
He's going to lob my head off with that giant sword.
But also what's interesting is it reminds me of what Series 1 did really well, and most of Russell's era, which is have
Because
aliens...
I still sort of think of this one as Series 1, actually. So, yeah.
It kind of is,
Yeah.
isn't it, in a way? But the aliens that were scary, but sort of... sort of fun, kid-friendly aliens, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can get an action figure of that. You can't get an action figure, nor should you, of the Veil. Or, you know what I mean?
The Whisper Men.
Yeah, it's...
I have a Sycorax leader and a Sycorax soldier, and they're really good figures.
What's it?
They look good. Like they're sort of
I've
in the
got
earlier
two
less
Sycorax,
detailed
but I don't remember
paintings.
there being two different versions of it.
Yeah, it's the soldier. I got the leader on his own.
Yeah.
I bought him on his own, and then I got like a Series 9 pack once. A Series 1 pack, sorry, which had in it, bizarrely, because it was Series 1, the Ninth Doctor, Sycorax soldier,
So it wasn't the same
and
figure?
and Jabe.
Wasn't the same figure?
No, different one.
Oh, how weird.
Different weapon. I might be wrong, actually.
I never knew there was
I
such
think I've
a-
got him in a pack, but I don't know if it was that pack now. I read it out loud.
I never knew there was a different...
Oh no, he was in a Series 2 pack. It was Series 2, but I also got a Series 1 pack. Hello, I am news presenter man. Who
I am a
looks
new
strangely
man.
like Matthew Waterhouse.
He doesn't look anything like
He
it.
did a bit.
My web!
It's me, isn't it? I will never know if I was right.
Oh, he never will know, will he? He was always a bit wrong, though, wasn't he, Adric?
This is nice. Well, the Doctor's still anonymous. Like, some people at UNIT kind of know him. Oh!
Hey.
Torchwood!
Second reference.
Yeah, but that's really nice. Like, there's need for Torchwood, isn't it? In the Christmas special, they're sowing the seeds of the story
Yeah.
arc for the year.
Because it's mentioned in Parting... No, in Bad...
In Bad Wolf,
Bad
that's what
Wolf.
it is. It's the answer to one
Yes.
of the questions.
That's the first time it's mentioned it.
Yeah. Oh, Vio, I know.
Ah, right.
Sycorax. Sycorax is Shakespearean, isn't it?
Yes. From the
Is
Tempest.
it?
Yes.
What's it mean? Does it have a meaning?
It's. I think it's
Or is it
someone's
just
mother in
Right.
someone's witchy mother in the Tempest.
That's her name. She's called Mrs. Sycorax.
Or something like that.
Hello!
I could be completely wrong.
Barbara Sycorax.
I know it's Shakespearean, but its actual origins I couldn't tell you for sure.
Well, we can tell you. The 10th Doctor says it in front of Will Shakespeare. Will Shakespeare goes, oh, I'll use that.
yes.
Yeah.
Does he?
He does. Ask Gareth if it gets a mention.
Yeah.
I'll give Gareth a little
Sycorax get a
little
mention.
call. And
Way,
ask him.
way back in the Shakespeare Cod.
The Shocks for
It's
Cods.
good, the Shakespeare Code.
I like the Shakespeare Code a lot.
It's
By
good, isn't it?
Jing, by Jove.
Indeed-dee-dee-dee-doo.
He's a bit weird in that one, old Tennant. He's a bit over the top in that, but he's good.
But he's showing off to Martha, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
New
By
girl. New companion smell.
Sycorax. The name Sycorax is used in William Shakespeare's play The Tempest. Shakespeare's Sycorax has died before the play. She's described as a witch who was the mother of the beast Caliban. She was Caliban's mum. Shakespearean name is referenced in the third series episode, The Shockspacod, when the Doctor finds a horse's skull in the Globe's prop cupboard. He comments that it reminds him of the Sycorax. Shakespeare remarks he likes the sound of that word, obviously going on to use it in The Tempest. And they appear again briefly in the Pandorica Opens.
Yes, so that's right. Yeah.
And in the name of the Doctor, the Great Intelligence names them as one of the species the Doctor left blood-soaked. No, as one of those that left the Doctor blood-soaked.
Really?
Well, they died as a result of his inaction, I guess.
Yeah.
But so it's more sort of that point. It's more sort of we're naming things. Huh? Do you like it?
Yeah, continuity references. Look at them in your face.
Oh, Sally. Sally's got a blue flash. This is actually a Gaviscon advert.
I'm just, they got better at this, but some of these extras look like extras, don't they? Do you know what I mean? They sort of have that,
Yeah.
like that guy.
I mean, it's the perfect use for extras, really.
Now, what I need you to do is not get paid.
I'm gonna pay you 40 quid, mate.
Pay 40 quid for your date, and you're going to walk over it, and I go,
Hey, extras get paid more than some of the actors on these jobs, I'll have you know.
Yeah, well, yes,
Do they?
it's the harsh
On
truths.
on a sort of day rate kind of analysis?
No. I'm just being bitter.
Oh, look, it's Van Statten's. Oh, wait, no, it's the corridor under Millennium Station.
It's a corridor.
It's the way to the toilets.
It's a corridor.
It's not fun anymore,
See,
Alan.
this is the sort of thing you don't see anymore in Doctor Who. These kind of just a normal street
Yeah.
with just normal, everyday kind of people.
Everyone's pretty or cool or a teenager.
But it's not something you used to see in Doctor Who at all,
No,
really. This
no.
series is this series and bits of survival start it off, really.
Well, that's what was always really good about it, was that Russell updated it.
Yeah. And it's kind
and then it sort of has now forgotten that, really, which is a shame because it's what made it good, I think.
Oh, Russell's mind.
Russell's beautiful mind.
Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind.
Like, you never get this number of people in a shot. I mean, there's quite a lot of cast in this, when you think about how many people are in it nowadays.
Yeah.
There goes Sally, gonna jump.
Sally's got a big...
Brand new bag.
I don't know what...
Sally's got the Hannah Spirit figure. She's a tiny woman with a large head,
yeah,
big
that's
hair.
right. She's a bit Hannah Spirit.
Oh.
He's
People
strangely
holding on to their
hanging on to
their
her
arms.
neck.
I'd like to point out this is one of those lovely occasions. Oh, a little screw there. In the
Yeah.
I just thought this is one of those lovely occasions that has happened in 9 is 10. Happening again, but we've all just gone a bit quiet because what's happening is genuinely quite
It's
compelling.
really good.
But also, I've slightly forgotten we're even recording a podcast.
Oh, that's
Yes.
nice. Like, just there you go. Different places around the world, around the UK. Everyone's going to jump. By Jing. Oh. It's scary, though, because it's like, what happens if everyone jumps?
Yeah.
It's really horrifying. Try and eat some turkey while you're watching that!
I guarantee.
Mom, I love Doctor Who! Ah!
Imagine if they all jumped, there'd be no extras left in Britain.
Maybe that was all part of the plan.
It's all Russell's evil plan.
It's all part of the plan.
Look how beautiful Adam Garcia is. He's a beautiful man, isn't he, old Garcia?
By old Cherry Garcia.
He has pleasing enough.
A visage.
Yes.
Of a silhouette. The silhouette is pleasing.
He's good mates with Tom McRae,
Is he?
the writer of Age of Steel, that would follow next year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He is, he's good mates with them.
I should friend of ours.
I don't know quite how, but he is, somehow.
Now, this is very cool. I know this is weird. I could happily watch a story with just this group of people at Unit getting up to shenanigans.
And dare I say it, they're more interesting than who's at Unit now.
Yes. Yes. I think it's because they're just in and out as well. Like, we're seeing them once, we're seeing them tackle this story, they've got to be good because the Doctor's out of commission.
Yeah.
Like, all the other characters in the story have to be top of their game.
But what's good
well
about
written,
it?
well performed.
And I never...
Because your main attraction, as far as we know, isn't anywhere, like, soon.
But also what's good about it is it's a bit Quatermass in the sense of we are human beings. It's about Independence Day-ish, you know, human beings dealing with this alien invasion.
Yeah.
How are we going to deal with it? Like, how is the Prime Minister going to deal with it? Whereas now Clara would swan in, or you know, it's good to see all these people doing it.
This bit of dialogue is fantastic. Here it is. Simon Queen's speech.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I never quite believed that would happen.
Well, it's just this little bit of silliness, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
They're on the road. Oh, I'd forgotten that.
It's moments like this that can only
It's
really
just the
be
way
handled.
she's live to the nation. Where are they? Oh, they're on the roof. But don't panic, everyone.
But it's moments like
Don't
this that can only
panic.
really be handled by Penelope Wilton, because we got this for Harriet Jones last time we saw her. She was a genuinely lovely, just sweet character who said some
Unflappable.
kind of daft things.
Yeah, you're right.
And-
You're right, yeah.
But never meant them in a daft or jokey way. And
But again, it's that thing, you can imagine Russell writing that and laughing to himself. And then going to Tesco.
And just complete earnestness.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm just thinking that's so funny.
Oh,
help us, Doctor, you little bugger.
And everyone watching this at home is like, what is she talking about? What's she
Yeah.
talking about?
Well, this is the start of the political broadcasts that begin to mention him.
Yeah.
Because the next Prime Minister we see says what the country needs right now is a doctor. It's like, oh, bugger. Oh, yeah, right.
So who's Prime Minister during Series 2? We never meet.
I think it's the slow fall of Harriet's cabinet.
Okay.
And then at some point, presumably during Series 2, Saxon comes in. He uses this as his way to get in.
Yes,
Because
because
at
Martha...
the start of Series 3, it's the voting for him in the election.
Yeah, and
that's
Martha
going on.
already knows who he is at that point, isn't she?
Yeah.
This is all good, isn't it? I'd forgotten all this.
Yeah.
That's nice. A shard shattery by Jing. Ooh, by Gumbo.
Look at that.
And the music here is really good.
But yeah, I think going back to the quality of the side characters, again, that's something that this has in common with Classic Who, is that how many Classic Who stories have side characters or one-off characters in them that have a significant fan base that are crying out for spin-offs or more stuff with them in. Things like Yeagle and Lightfoot from Wang Chang.
Yes, yeah. Who have their own spin-off.
Yeah, exactly. So it's,
I love
you
the
know,
music
it's
here. It's very independent.
And
stuff.
my
Yes.
favourite spin-off, Jagerbomb and Lightweight.
Hey!
Hey! Oh yeah, I'm here all week.
Hey! I want a Pool and D84 spin-off.
He'd just be like saying,
Please do not
Just
throw hands at me.
I heard her cry.
I love D84.
That was me.
Look at all this. I mean, this is real, like...
It's really cool. And Big Ben still being rebuilt from
Yeah.
Aliens of London. Love it.
It's really nice.
It just takes its time to do all this stuff.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what...
I mean, that's quite a long thing to drag out.
It's a
having
long time in
spaceship
TV.
Because that's the thing, like, when people talk about Doctor Who now and say it's more epic, but this is... it's not as epic as this.
Uh-huh. It's how real people react to it. It's how the normal people at home react to it. Not, you know, people who are super special. You know, average people and how they react to the incredible.
Yeah, because even in things like Forest of the Night, you never get... The whole planet's covered in trees, but you never get a sense of it being a global thing. You never see a newscaster or... that I remember.
Yeah.
Or a Prime Minister or anyone...
We never really see many people in it.
No, you don't. Apart from the school kids, I don't think you see anyone else, do you? Apart from that mum and the kids.
Which made no sense to me. Because it's
No.
like, you're in London. There should
Yeah.
be thousands of people in this one area alone wondering what's going on.
Yeah.
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 But never mind. Scotty,
Anywho,
beam us up,
anywho.
Bowsers!
Beam us up, Scotty.
Bowsers.
Hey.
There they are,
Look at
Bowsers.
that.
Look at them getting up to all the stinky mischief.
How the hell did we end up at Burning Man?
What's
What's going on?
Nicely done. Here he is.
Hey.
Predator moment. Oh. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, look at him. He's loving it.
I love it.
David's hair, immaculate for someone who's been lying on a big puffy pillow for the last few days.
Where are they going? Where are they going? Are they
To
just...
the Tardo, yes.
Ah, right.
Because they're going to hide there.
That's right.
Oh. Oh. Subtitles are giving up here.
It's one of those nerds who learnt Klingon in college.
Mock Doc.
Mopple topple.
No, Mr. Llewellyn.
Don't do it, Mr.
Mr.
Llewellyn!
Llewellyn!
Don't do it!
Mr. Llewellyn is so like something out of Terror of the Autons.
No, because everybody in that looked ill, don't they? Like
Oh,
in Spearhead
Oh,
from
it's
Space.
Spearhead from Space. They all look
Waxy.
sweaty and ill.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the Autons either.
I
That's
told
just
you it's the
dudes.
lack of nutritiousness in the 70s.
Oh.
Oh, look at him pleading.
Do you remember, Chris? You were a young... Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Pretty damn
You were a
cool.
young whipper-snapper
Hey, whip.
back in
Very good.
2005. Do you remember... How did you feel when it was... Were you excited there was going to be a Christmas
Oh,
one?
well excited.
Oh yeah, I was super.
And were you excited for the new Doctor?
I was.
Oh yeah.
Because you're the same age as Chris, aren't you?
A couple of years older, but
But you're both younger than me, significantly.
Yeah.
I'm like the Princess Leia of this arrangement.
what?
Princess Leia!
You alright? You
What?
Finn?
Sorry, General.
General
Leia.
Leia. Where is she? She's in the pub with a dog.
No, me and Chris are both children of a
children of a...
a wholess generation.
But were you excited? Because I was excited there was a Christmas one. It was the first time I'd ever known a Christmas Doctor Who.
Feast of Stephen.
But were you
just
excited?
for more
How
Doctor
did
Who.
you feel that Christopher, your Doctor had gone and now there's going to be this new guy? And
I was well up for it, me personally, because once I knew it was David Tennant, and once I'd seen the scene at the end of the Parting of Ways, John and Need, my brain flashed back to watching Casanova earlier that year, and I really liked him in that a lot. So to me, I was like, yeah, I just can't wait to see what this guy does with the role. It was the first. On reflection, I'm like, no, Chris, no. But at the time, I was like, oh my gosh, well, I think that was my favourite Doctor I'd ever had. I can't wait to see what this guy's going to do with it. I was just optimistic. Plus, I realised, sort of early on, that it was going to be him kind of out of it a bit. I think it was something in DWM talked about how he spends most of it on his off his feet. And the prospect of going back to Mickey and Jackie made me really happy too, especially for Christmas. Christmas Jackie.
It's a good way to hand it over. I mean, that's what you kind of need. I think all the best transitions have had a companion stay constant throughout the regeneration.
Yeah.
Just to give the audience that bit of continuity. You can't just go.
Well, in this, it's incredibly
Fresh.
important, isn't it? Not only to have Rose,
Yeah.
but to have Jackie and Mickey and
Old Rose.
Harriet.
Because
Jones.
having to sell the audience on the concept all over again, years and years after it had already become accepted. Because I'd been raised watching VHSs of old Doctor Who, so I was used to the concept already, so it wasn't a surprise to me.
But Eccleston had been your Doctor, hadn't he? In the sense of
he was the first one that I'd seen on transmission.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Your generation's Doctor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who is your Doctor, Matt?
Tom Baker always.
Tom's your doc.
Because that's what I grew up watching most of. I had VHS of Pyramids of Mars and Genesis of the Daleks and Ark in Space, Robots of Death. So
You had the cream.
I had the cream of the Baker era.
Tom Baker's cream.
Just loved it all. Loved it all.
Was it nutritious?
Robot. Love robots.
Oh, I love robots. It's so good.
If
It's so kind
the
of
sum
naff, but
of the
great.
hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square on the other two sides, why is a mouse when it spins? It's so wonderful. So yeah, New Generation wasn't a new. I was very familiar.
Yeah, so you knew about it and stuff.
Yeah, I had Caves of Androzani on VHS, so I'd seen that one. I'd seen I was very familiar with Planet of the Spiders into Robot, so I'd had that whole experience. Kind of. And because I watched the show out of order, I kind of got used to different Doctors anyway.
It's funny though, isn't it? Because I always forget. That stuff was around and people watched it.
Yeah.
Whereas,
because my dad grew up watching it, so he was born in '66, so his earliest memories are of Pertwee. Even though he'd always been watching this show, he wasn't really old enough to remember any Troughton. So his earliest memories are kind of of Pertwee, and then his prime memories are of Tom Baker into.
So he was the perfect age when Tom Baker was.
Yeah, exactly.
Peak Baker.
Exactly. And he actually has. He started getting Doctor Who Weekly when it started.
Wow.
And he's actually got a consistent run up until like a couple of years into Sylvester McCoy's tenure.
Do you know what I was about to say? Was it around about
the around the time I was born, basically, was when he stopped getting it regularly.
You stopped him spending it
on
I've got to pay for food for this thing now.
Yeah, I've got to feed this small, balding child.
He will no longer eat Doctor Who Weekly.
So around 87, 88 is where he stopped getting it. But he's got like a full run of that stuff.
Wow.
So.
That's
I
probably
love the idea that you were
about
raised on Doctor
30p
Who.
on
literally.
it.
I know, right? I keep trying.
Fed Doctor Who.
I keep trying to get him to properly organise them and bag and board them all in long boxes, but it just takes time.
Can we just say, I love how Rose is bullshitting her way through this?
Well, you know.
And it's interesting
gives it a
because she
go.
does it later at the end of series 2 with the Dalek, and she's a lot more confident.
Yeah.
Well, it's just how she's grown.
Yeah, exactly. That's real evolution, isn't it, as a character?
Yeah, that's good. Look at these character arcs.
Oh, gosh. But again, I love how he lets her finish before taking the mick. Look at that. That's a genuinely threatening idea, isn't it? It's almost this arena of them, ready and waiting.
I just love the concept that they've got this spaceship that is made of like rock, and then inside it's all rock. It's a great original idea, isn't it?
They're proper creepy. They're like this weird mix of like tribes and like the Predator, and it's just a nice, healthy.
Actually, they remind me of. I don't know if you ever watched. You've watched Star Trek Voyager, haven't you, Matt?
I've watched bits of it.
Have you seen it, Chris?
Yeah.
Those characters that are like they hunt prey. They're really tall. They're like 7 foot tall.
Oh yeah.
They hunt. They're hunters. They remind me of those characters from Voyager.
Sorry, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. The guy's performance is great.
Oh, when it starts,
He just slips into it.
Because now we know.
Now this,
Love it.
I'm sorry,
Love
but
it.
this
Getting...
is so good.
It is a bit cheesy in the way they will have to move out the way of the camera. But
But
it
come
is
on.
great. No.
We're finally
Just get out the
unveiling.
way! Get out the way of the camera!
We're
quick!
unveiling the new
And
leading
he's still
man,
shuffling.
ready to take on the bad guys.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh, hello.
Which is kind of nice. It makes you wonder, like, why was he reckless enough to grab that thing? But then again, he does get his hand cut off for this fight, so he is a bit,
Yes.
there's some post-regeneration madness going on here.
And the bad guy is just open-mouthed.
It's like, this is your line.
Oh, God. You know that wouldn't fly nowadays. People would go, this is your life, Dad?
I'm not even entirely sure they would have known then. Would they?
Here we go. The question that wasn't controversial now, but would be later, when Matt Smith asked it. Am I ginger?
Because people don't understand that he means it in a positive.
Yeah, he wants to be ginger.
Oh. Can we have a ginger doctor next?
I thought when they were going to cast Capaldi, that doctor, I thought they was going to go for a ginger guy. To do the whole ginger joke thing.
I'm him. Literally him. Here it is. Famous quote.
Well, you bollocks.
You
bollocks,
With a
Harriet
smirk. Knew everything. Yeah.
Harriet Jones, MP for my balls.
If you look, I'm wearing these special pyjamas with big fly. Because that's all I can think about when I look at him in pyjamas is the fly. Anyway.
Yeah, like the fact that all it takes is a casual
So at a
breeze.
certain point, it's going to poke open a little bit too wide.
Let us not forget.
Look at my balls!
He's just so bombastic, isn't it? Let us not forget that he's wearing Jackie's sort of boyfriend's pyjamas as well.
Yeah. Did you say the word sexy for the first time?
Oh, he's not going to say that 200 times more.
No.
Well, this one isn't.
Well, that's true.
Yes.
He does talk.
It's funny how the word sexy has become such a thing in what is effectively a family show. But anyway.
Yeah. Whatevs.
What's done is done.
He's got a great way, David Tennant, of just getting his mouth round words in a really pleasing way.
Yes,
It's
almost like
hitting the right consonants at the right time to make you go, "Ooh, that pops nicely."
I think it's. You can tell that initially when he says Barcelona.
Yeah.
It's like he's chewing it.
Like great big threatening button. So good.
Yeah.
He is! Like words like that, he just enjoys the sound of them.
Yeah, he's really good at sort of warping them.
Yeah, you're right. He's got a good old mouth. Though.
Yeah. Oh, I love it!
Yeah.
It's just so fabulous. Look at that. All fixed.
All sorted by Jing. Get away from the edge!
I bet someone must have fallen off.
The turkey's burning.
Allow! Love it.
Blood control. I love it. No fancy name for it, it's just blood control.
It's interesting that although he tones down in this kind of way of doing things, he's so different to Eccleston already.
Yeah.
Just a quick question. How many of the Sycorax Blind David right now are mannequins?
Oh yeah.
No,
They're totally
they're,
stacked.
Oh, one just moved.
they're cutouts.
This is beautiful. This is such an odd moment.
Oh yeah,
Let's put the Lion King.
that one's real, but the other two are doing nothing.
This is so odd, the Lion King quote. It's really bizarre. It works well in this moment, but it makes you think, hang on, you mean he's traversed all of time and space and has still found time to fit the Lion King in?
Oh, who hasn't, really?
I haven't had time to watch The Lion King.
I mean, he reads Harry Potter,
I
doesn't
still
he?
need to see it.
Do you remember
Well,
when
that's why he's quite sort of culturally aware, isn't he, old
Old
Tennant?
10, yeah. It's like everything is absorbed before, he's now sort of like, oh, I remember that.
Because he talks about, like, like in the rock and roll 50s and all that sort of... He's very sort of
Cliff
now.
Richard movies.
Yeah.
When he's talking about the 50s stuff.
Yeah.
Like like Harry Potter, like, have you read Book 7 yet? I cried.
Well,
Which at the time was a brilliant joke, because Book 7 was coming out later that year.
Well, it's like what you
Phenomenal.
said about how... And I never picked up on this, that David Tennant's...
This is, I think I know what you're going to say, this is Cavan's theory.
Oh, is it Cavan's theory?
Yes.
That he
Old
regenerates
Cavan Scott.
into Rose's boyfriend kind of person.
Oh, no, that was my observation.
Okay.
But
Because
then
that's why...
Cavan elaborated. He said that, specifically, he's regenerated into Captain Jack.
Well, yes.
Big spiky
Yeah,
fancy
kind of.
hair, he wears a long coat. He's a little flirty in this series. He's a lot more open to things. He becomes a bit more tech obsessed. Like he's making machines that go ding and...
That's true. He's a lot more witty, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a bit... And ideally, basically, he's become the space boyfriend.
Yeah.
And Jack is sort of his basis.
I wonder if what if you said that to Russell, whether he'd go, yeah, I kind of thought that.
I think he would chuckle in a hearty way.
Yeah,
And then he'd go to Tesco.
And then say nothing.
He would go to Tesco's, wouldn't he? But I wonder what he buys in Tesco's.
He'd do a Yoda-esque,
It's like, am I right?
You will be. You will be.
But what I was going to say was because he talks about all these contemporary references. I wonder if that's part of the Rose boyfriend thing, of.
Well, he's specifically making references mostly to the 21st century.
Yeah, that she would know.
Yeah.
It's interesting this as well because when they shot it and you never see the floor.
It's weird. I think it's just to illustrate they're in the sky, isn't it? But it's like, where did they film it
It's
then?
like EastEnders.
On a platform. Oh, my days, non-gore.
I remember this and thinking, shit, are they really going to have him without a hand? Because it sort of feels like something they would do, and you think that's mad.
It's not...
It's something Tom Baker would ask him to do.
Yeah.
It's like, can I have no hand and talking cabbage?
I'd
please?
like no eyes and one leg.
I would like to have no limbs.
Oh,
I would like each of my limbs to be a smaller me. We can't do that, Tom. You can! Ha ha! Good luck, my dears!
I can't remember they filmed this. Didn't they film this on top of a car
It's a
park?
fighting hand.
They must have done. I think, is it on top of the same car park where they got the press? They did the press shots.
Probably.
Possibly,
of series. What? Hang on. How many press shots were done on car parks? Series 2
They do like a good
was,
car
I think.
park, don't
Yeah.
they?
Series 5 certainly was. The Karen Gillan press shot was on a car park roof.
I can't remember.
Never return. That's another Lion King reference. Oh.
That always reminded me of Worf. Like, bloody old species.
Hey.
He's won. Doesn't need to hang about. I love how the Sycorax Warriors just sort of like, yeah, I guess we're going now.
Other Dent reference.
Hey.
Love it, Hitchhikers.
It's so joyous, this script.
Yeah.
It's so Russell T. Joyous, Davis.
Well, it was, wasn't it, when it first came back? It was just full of joy and fun and
It was
happiness
good
and smiles.
times, wasn't it? And you have dark stuff, but you'd have the joy of it.
Yeah.
Like,
The
that's
sheer
pretty,
joy of it.
that's pretty dark, isn't it?
I'm killing the Sycorax leader, yeah.
It's probably landed on a bunch of people having their dinner.
Oh, there's like the only two people who are still stood at the roof, sort of like, it's weird. I sort of had this feeling that I wanted to jump, but I don't know why. Well, at least you're safe.
I'm
now.
alive!
This is nice because he wins with his word. I mean, obviously he beat up the leader and then killed him.
Well, he's a no second chances sort of man.
Yeah.
That's a good point, actually. For all the grumbles that we all gave him, killing or leaving Solomon to die in Dinosaurs. And a
Yeah, but this
Spaceship.
is self-defense because
Well, yeah. Well, I suppose here he kills the Sycorax leader
he did
by
tell the secret.
doing that. Whereas in Dinosaurs and a Spaceship, he leaves Solomon to die, and that's sadistic,
Yes.
really. But
He doesn't give Solomon any chance.
I hate
save you.
Yeah, I hate this Batman rule that everyone's
Yeah.
given the Doctor. Like, the Doctor, I think the Doctor is more than capable of killing a threat or an enemy if there is no other way.
Well, people forget that the Seventh Doctor blew up Skaro and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
Sixth Doctor, like,
He
in
gets-
self-defense, knocked a dude into a bath of acid.
sort of, yeah. That's what I thought about that the other day.
I shan't join you.
Forgive me if I won't join you.
Wouldn't it have been marvellous if Harriet Jones had been a companion for a bit?
I don't know, I quite like her in small doses. And I like the fact we get a trilogy of Harry. This is her Empire Strikes Back.
I
But
thought
things
this
get a
was
bit dark, and it's left on a cliffhanger.
locations like this always fascinate me. Like, who said let's film it by like what looks like a burnt out office block?
It's just a
It's
normal
strange
place, isn't it?
background.
Exterior,
I like
a
it.
burnt-out office block.
It's such an odd.
Marvellous!
I was
Let's
always
go.
fascinated by someone went, we'll film it there, and you can have that in the background. Okay,
It's just like a place. It's
it's
nondescript.
weird, isn't it?
It's like they turn up in the middle of nowhere. It's fine.
yeah.
I like that.
I sort of see the like, but it just fascinates me how they would have decided that.
Yeah.
Look at old Mickey.
Oh, Jackie.
Oh, Jackie, you're so adorable.
Oh, we love you.
She's a mum, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's very
Oh,
good.
yeah.
She's just a
absolutely.
good. She's
When's
just
the
a
next
mum.
time we see Jackie? Is it? It's not Age of Steel, because that's the other Jackie.
Jackie Prime.
Yeah, when's the next time we see Jackie... Jackie of Earth 1? I think it's Love and Monsters, isn't it? I think.
Oh,
Do we not
no.
see her in
Not
School
Monster.
Reunion?
No, just Mickey. Mikoye. The big Mickey. Mickey.
The Mixter. The Mixter.
My name is Mickey.
Mick Mac and me.
Mac and me. Macaulay Culkin. Oh, here we go.
Oh, this is a Torchwood, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is presumably.
Death Star.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's a
Isn't
London Death Star.
it? Powered by Torchwood.
Get out of my Imperial Star Cruiser.
It's a shame that Torchwood had its spin-off in a way. They didn't do more of it in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Because it's
Well, to be
cool
fair,
idea.
like this is our first proper thing of like, oh god, what are they? Look at the power they've got. And then at the end of this series, we get to see their downfall.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you know what I mean? I suppose, I guess so. Because of course it's referred to in Tooth and Claw. Because he starts it by mistake, doesn't he? It's because of him that it begins.
Queen Victoria's like, oh bugger, quick!
I'm going to call it Torchwood. Why is that? I'm calling it Torchwood.
It's an anagram of Doctor Who. We are not amused. Billy Who's. Oh dear. Oh, he's getting serious.
Oh, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it.
Oh dear.
Humans with the real monsters all along.
How unusual.
Next week on Doctor
But it's good
Who,
though because
a
you
story that needs a different kind of introduction.
It's good though because you get the monster and then you have the humans are the monsters thing as well. You don't only have that, which other programs have been guilty of recently.
Yes.
Now, is that carrier bag cleaning that doorway behind Harriet Jones's single, or is it a dude peeking round?
It's just
There it is.
It's just the life. It's just life in London.
I'm still fascinated by this
I know, it's great, isn't
like
it?
this wheelbarrows and stuff. I'm just intrigued.
It's not of nowhere, but it's because it's so real.
That's such a great little bit of writing that.
Aren't you pretty, Adam Garcia?
Goodbye, Cherry Garcia.
You're too pretty for this show, my boy.
I'm sorry. Why does your 10th Doctor sound like the Hitcher from the Mighty Boosh?
Because I'm not an impressionist.
You're pretty,
It might
too
surprise
pretty,
you.
my boy.
Right, my boy. You want to come with me?
Cut you up a tree.
Cut ya.
Pound your banana, 2 pound your pear. And she's genuinely sorry, like she is. She's not sorry for what she's done, but she's sorry she hurt him.
And what I love about it is it's pure moral ambiguity. Because you sit there at home and go, would I have done what she did?
Yeah.
Now, this is called Song for 10.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the version in the episode different from the one on the album. The one on the album is Casanova-esque costume, little reference. The one on the album is sung by Neil Hannon of the Divine Comedy and the Duckworth-Lewis method. And this version isn't. I have no idea why.
When did they find
Are
time
you
to
sure?
put that to?
Positive. Listen.
I was going to say
This
what
one
I like.
sounds like this. Oh, Tom Baker's scarf.
What I like about this one is that this is the first time we've seen another part of the TARDIS.
Yes.
It's also the first time I think this series where there's randomly a song in the soundtrack.
Yeah.
The only other time is Britney in End of the World, but
Yeah.
that's in the episode though. That's the jukebox kicks that off.
Diegetic sound, as they say in the industry.
Yes. I like how he's got a knight's armour, just though that's just one he'll pick one time.
Yeah.
Also, extra bit of the TARDIS, which we never see again in the TV series.
Well, I just said, with this, there it is.
There it is.
Look at that, that's great, isn't it?
Look at that staircase.
How come we never saw that again?
Love a good staircase.
We do get to see it in the comics. The comics have taken advantage of it, especially the Titan ones.
I don't believe in comics.
Colin, he
Doctor
throws...
Who expanded universe.
No,
Disney are going to buy him and throw it all out.
He and Gabby throw the Sixth Doctor's coat at a monster in the World Comic Book Day episode.
I haven't got
issue.
time for the expanded universe. I barely got time to watch the stuff that's on at the moment.
Well, you may have time for a specific part of the expanded universe, which we'll talk about in a moment.
Really?
Yeah. Oh,
No one's going to expand my universe, Christian.
Not without my express consent.
Not without drugs.
I know it's a diddy flat, but get your tree out of the way of the TV, love.
I know, right?
You burn your baubles off.
It's interesting as well because, of course, now he's created the vacuum that will be filled by John Sim.
John.
So it's all setting up here, isn't it, for the next 2 years?
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Russell plays a long game.
He does that. Hey.
Hey.
Oh, I tell you, when this piece of music, it's such a beautiful piece of music.
Murray Gold does some.
Is this the first one where Murray has an orchestra as well?
Yeah.
Because our last series, he got choirs in and stuff.
I think he was allowed a couple of days, but then I think they allowed him, and he went a bit too far later in the series. But
in series 2, but to be fair, he kind of evolves over the course of the show.
Yeah.
I think Murray
not himself personally.
They regenerate. I think Murray perfects his music by, might seem blasphemous, but hear me out, Series 5.
Oh, I was going to say Series 3.
I think he's damn good throughout. But Series 5, like Amy's theme, things like that.
Yeah.
And I am the Doctor.
Yes. And then he peaked, didn't he?
That was but I don't think it's been him since. I think it's been the choice, editing wise, the choices of reusing music and stuff.
And also you can only score what you're given in terms of script and stuff. And but
Mickey looks so sad. So yeah.
Oh, poor Mickey.
Harry, you made.
This ending is a real Series 2.
Oh yeah.
I was so excited after this transmitted.
Oh, me
because this is the Christmas that I got. I can't remember if they got them for me, or we got them for Dad, or we just got them for each other, but we got all.
Oh, hang on. You gonna say it?
Yeah.
Hey!
But we got all these Series 1 merchandise that we could get. So we got the Dalek battle packs.
Yeah.
Which was 2 Daleks that shot each other, and then the Doctor, and then another one with Rose, and the 12-inch walkie-talkies of the Ninth Doctor and the Slitheen.
You've both got those, actually.
Yeah.
The Eccleston has since fallen apart.
No!
Yeah. I don't know why. He was just stood on a shelf, and then eventually he just fall apart.
Crumbled.
Yeah, his head just fell off one day.
Was he watching Heaven Sent?
His head just fell off.
And what I loved about this, for me, was my mate Andrew was in one of these clips, and I was like, yay!
Oh, look at this.
And this is great as well. This became a tradition for the Russell years, didn't it? That there would be a next time montage of at least the first 5 episodes.
Liz Sladen.
Oh, look at it! Oh, it's so good!
Oh, K9!
There's Andrew.
Oh, the Clockwork Droids.
Yes, because this is only the first
first 6 episodes. Yeah.
And he was so exciting.
For these first few Christmas specials, that's how they did it. Like there was always clips of There's always clips of like the next 5-ish episodes.
Yeah,
which is quite nice because they're usually the ones they'd done by this point. By Jove!
Oh, look at how good was that, wasn't it?
That was cracking. That.
Oh, let's give a shout out to
all of them.
Kim McGarrity.
Great name.
Ben Austin. He sounds like a hot young man.
BBC Wales Graphics. What a lovely birth name.
Let's say hello to Matthew Clark.
How's
Bronwyn Edwards. Oh, cracking name.
And Richard
Pugsley up to nowadays?
Managing about the finance.
Oh, Helen Vallis.
Look at all those lovely people.
Here's to you, Julie Gardner.
Hey.
Let's all pop to Tesco for it.
Well, that was exciting.
That was lovely, wasn't it?
That was great. What a lovely... Don't we all feel Christmassy?
I feel nutritionised.
I feel lovely.
I feel full of Christmas
lovely
joy.
after
Do you feel full of Christmas thoughts?
I feel full of... yeah.
Well, now that you both feel full of it,
yeah,
gentlemen, I'm going to bring to thine attention...
Bring it to my
some
attention.
questions. I reached out to lovely Twitter,
Oh.
and I asked them if they'd like to ask us some questions. A bit last minute. We've only had a few people.
Oh, I didn't know this was even happening.
Yeah, oh well, I thought I'd surprise ye. Ryan, Joy to the World, a.k.a. Right Fango joins! Hello, welcome back. Welcome back to 9 is 10.
Ryan joins.
If
he
you
had an
could
episode
have-
dedicated to him.
If you could have his ways.
And his little ways.
If you could give any past Doctor from 1 through 9 a Christmas special, who would you pick? I'm gonna go first with that. I would have said 9 because I love him, but I think his story ends perfectly and gives 10 the chance to have this. I'd give 8 a Christmas special. Because you see all of his enthusiasm, especially in the TV movie, and his big sort of romantic sweeping gestures of the world and the sky and everything. I'd love to see him celebrate Christmas.
I'd just love to see more Paul McGann.
Fair, dude.
He'd sort of have a right jolly old time, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Old McGann. Well, he did do that one on Big Finish called Relative Dimensions, where he goes and
apeshit.
Has Christmas with him, Lucy, Susan, and his great-grandson.
Susan's grandson.
Who's played by Paul McGann's own son.
Oh, brilliant.
And they have a little adventure in the TARDIS. I can't remember quite what happened. I think there's a giant fish or something.
Christmas with a giant
But it's
fish.
lovely because it's like Paul McGann goes and picks up his old granddaughter and it's like, all right.
Right, love.
And has a lovely Christmas with her.
How have you been? I said I'd come back. Lots happened since
I
then.
think it's like a one-off hour or something they did, but it was really good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Matt, how about you, you filthy bugger?
You dirty
I think I just
man.
made my thoughts quite clear.
All Paul, all the time.
Paul, all the time.
Pure, uncut
Yeah.
European McGann.
You could
Yeah.
never imagine if they made a series with Paul McGann. You just never want it to end.
It'd be nourishing. How about you, Guy? Which doctor would you give a Crimbo
Well,
sketch?
the obvious one would be 5, because he was my doctor when I grew up, and the idea of a Christmas. But then we had the 5 Doctors, which I know wasn't a Christmas special.
Well, it was
But
near
it
enough.
felt
at
like a
its time,
bumper,
yeah.
joyous gift.
Well, after all, that's how it all started.
Hey! And a rattly old TARDIS.
TARDIS.
I would actually love to see I'd like to have seen a Christmas special, a Philip Hinchcliffe, Robert Holmes Christmas special.
Oh, like sort of Victorian.
Yeah, a Victorian Christmas special with Tom,
Sea mist rolling in.
Tom, and probably Leela, because I think that was the darker period.
Yeah.
And like Leela experiencing Christmas, and I don't know what would happen, but a gothic-y. Maybe they'd go and visit Jago and Lightfoot and have a Christmas.
It would be Jago and Lightfoot and A Christmas Carol.
And like a Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of did that with Talons, I suppose. But
Well, maybe like...
maybe
something,
a circus or something.
Yeah, something vaguely Dickensian with actual Christmas and frozen Thames. Just misty and
I think that would have
smoky.
been amazing.
Yeah, that would be good.
And that would have felt like a proper tea.
I'm amazed that no one wrote a missing adventure of that back when Virgin had the books license.
Oh, I think Jago and Lightfoot did appear.
I know, but like a Christmassy one, you know?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they did.
Maybe they have. Because it just seems like ripe material.
Yeah.
Ripe nutrition.
Oh, like a big melon. That could be the title.
the big
melon.
Christmas melon.
Well, from one melon to a man whose views we may or may not know.
Hey!
Louis Christian!
Louis Cristiano.
He's hit us with an onslaught of Christmas questions.
Oh, he can't just ask one question, can he, old Louis?
Because otherwise, once you pop, you can't not have another question.
Yeah.
First question. When do you think David Tennant becomes the Doctor? Does he have a defining moment in Christmas Invasion?
Yeah, when he regenerates from Christopher Eccleston.
Oh, you sarcastic wit. It's weird. This episode's very much Harriet Jones's and Rose's.
Can I rephrase his question?
No.
Because I think...
No, you can't.
I thought you endorsed his views.
You can't, Guy.
I think, what is he saying, though? Is he saying that when do we think David Tennant became the Doctor? When's the moment that we accept him as the Doctor?
I think it's just us personally. When's the moment we go, yeah, there he is. He's definitely the Doctor. Like, I can see the character in him. He's playing it.
I would say almost straight away.
Yeah. There's never a moment where I'm just... I mean, but again, because we came into it knowing what regeneration was.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to sell us on it. We already knew that was going to be the Doctor.
I think he's better in the Christmas Invasion than he was in New Earth. I didn't like New Earth. I didn't like
New Earth's almost
how
too
he
soon
played.
for a romp.
Yeah, and he got possessed and stuff, and I didn't like that.
Despite the flesh decaying zombie people who were kept against their will in pods full of disease.
He doesn't really get a chance to shine on his own for a full episode until Tooth and Claw.
Yeah.
So
I think for me,
I think that's probably when he nails it. Isn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's damn good in all of these, but for me, the bit where I went, "Oh God, he's the same man."
Yeah, I know.
It's a bit unfair because I don't think any of the other actors are given the chance
school
to
reunion,
do this.
isn't it? You're gonna say
It's school reunion.
Yeah.
It's when he sees Sarah Jane in the staff room because using his genuine love of that actress and of the character and of his love of the show and watching Sarah Jane in stories growing up and everything.
Well, we all have a
using that. Using that, you see the recognition and the such joy in his eyes in that moment when he sees her in the staff room. You go, that has to be the same man that had the scarf and had the frilly collars. But that has to be the same guy because he is so happy to see his friend again.
The reason when you started talking, I suddenly thought, school reunion. But it's that shot where she sees the TARDIS and turns round, or the camera turns or something, and he's there with his hands in his pocket and his coat on.
Yeah.
He goes, "Hello, Sarah Jane." And at that point, he is the Doctor, 100% the Doctor,
Oh, he has. Yeah.
because Sarah Jane's accepted him anyway.
With a really breathy. It's you. She was very good at breath, wasn't she?
She was always sort of on the verge.
Oh my god.
I was on the verge of bursting into tears.
Just joy.
And yet so strong.
Yes.
Like, she's just had such a spine about her. Even when she was on the verge of breaking into tears. She's a wonderful...
Well, it's because she's gutsy.
companion.
That's the definition of like, gutsy, brave woman, isn't it?
Although that being said, the moment in this where he opens the doors and goes, "Did you miss me?" You instantly go, "Yes, you're definitely him come to save the day. You're not. Who is this dude?"
But he's even the Doctor, like, when they're doing that bit, which I forgot about, where we're talking about where she's going, "Do you want a ham sandwich, soup, whatever?" And he's going, "Just shut up," or whatever. I mean, his just reaction to her is just so Doctor.
Little
sandwich. So good.
His reaction to her is very Doctor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doctor Who?
I think he just took it and he held it tight.
He just bit into it, didn't he? Like a big hunk of meat.
He's got his teeth right into it.
Speaking of a big hunk of meat, Lewis Christian asks,
Hey!
He's a tiny little man of meat.
when did you... Oh, God. When did you accept Tennant as the Doc?
Oh, we see what I just...
That's
Were you-
the
were
same
you-
question.
no, the same
No,
question.
when did you accept him as the Doc? When you gutted Eccleston had left. I was sad Chris was leaving, but because of Casanova, I was excited to see the new guy. So I was like, yeah, cool, I'm interested to see him play it. I think not so much him playing the part. I think Lewis is asking, like, when you found out it was David Tennant, were you like,
okay.
or did you have to watch a few episodes? Or for me, the moment I found out that it was him, I went, I am eager to see him in the role.
Yeah,
I think I was still glad the show was on.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think...
It didn't really matter to me that it was changing.
No,
Just
and
that
I
we
remember
had
thinking,
more
is this
Doctor
going to
Who.
happen every year now? Is that how it's going to be?
Yeah, I was a little worried about that, I think. But I'd just seen Blackpool, so I was like, oh, David Tennant, cool.
I don't know if I'd seen Casanova by then. Or...
I hadn't seen Casanova, I'd seen Blackpool.
Casanova's really
I think, again,
good.
I think I was just so glad the show was on.
Casanova's so good. I love Casanova.
And at that point, I don't think I'd fallen in love with Eccleston, because Eccleston had only done like one episode or something.
It was...
It was a few weeks into it, I think.
Yeah.
I thought it was literally like after the first episode.
I think it was after a couple that they said that he leaves at the end of this series.
There were lots of rumours flying around, but I think it took a while for everything to get confirmed.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
There was at least 2 Daily Mirror articles in that time with like potential names in it and all this. Saying like they talked to this person, they talked to that person, then eventually revealed that no, they didn't. David asked Russell about it. Russell went, "Yeah, actually, yeah."
I don't remember.
Let's talk.
I don't remember having a feeling about it other than just
Yay for
I'm
Doctor
glad
Who.
it's on.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss that feeling.
More Doctor Who.
Would Christmas Invasion still be as good if it were Eccleston battling the Sycorax instead of Tennant in his post-regenerative state? No, I think this story is perfectly constructed to be the first story for the 10th Doctor.
It hinges on... The whole plot hinges on the fact that the 10th Doctor... The Doctor's just regenerated, so if it was a Christopher Eccleston, it wouldn't be the same plot.
That's very true. A different story would have been written.
Yeah.
If you're asking like, how would the 9th Doctor have fared against the Sycorax, I think it would have headbutted him.
Yeah, quicker. It would have been over much quicker.
You would have had to have taken Eccleston out of it for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To do the same story. So the Doctor would have had to have been knocked out for some reason.
And also, weren't they coming because of the energy? Because of his regenerative energy?
No.
Yes.
And then
were
they bumped into the probe.
I think you're right.
They were coming because of the regenerative energy on Earth, and then they bumped into the probe, so there wouldn't have been any Sycorax
Or does the regenerative energy make
That's what attracts the pilot fish, isn't it?
No, the pilot fish were coming... The way pilot fish work is they come ahead of bigger fish.
Yeah, but weren't they...
Oh, well, I thought the pilot fish basically...
If only there was
that's
a
what
way
they were doing.
could
They
have
were going to
watched
come
it.
anyway, but that they spot the regeneration engine. They go, "Oh, that's the thing worth nicking. Let's go get that."
No,
before
the
this."
pilot fish go in front of, or under the...
But I thought the pilot fish went in there to get rid of the Doctor, thinking he was a threat.
No, they literally just wanted him to run their batteries off him.
Yeah.
So the way it works is...
They sense the regeneration engine. They're like, "We'll take that before these guys come and wipe
in
the
real
planet out."
real nature, pilot fish are like little fish that swim around under the fins of sharks and stuff, and then nip out and try and nick their food before they can get to it.
Oh, I
So
see.
that's why he calls them
So
pilot
they had
chiefs.
nothing to do with the Sycorax.
No, they're literally just
Sycorax
a
probably
forerunner.
weren't even aware that they were around.
They're a bunch of scavengers that piggyback off the Sycorax looking for the same resources they do.
I read
then
it
try
very
and
differently.
zip in and
Only
nick it
I had
before they
paid
do.
some sort of attention. But to be fair, I couldn't really hear
Yeah.
it very well. But...
So the Sycorax were only there because of the regenerative energy of the Doctor.
so that
we
would not
noticed
have
this.
happened had obviously Eccleston...
I think.
But I mean, it would have been a different story anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
How would have Eccleston dealt with the Sycorax?
I don't know. It depends on on that particular plot, and we don't know what that plot was because
How would he deal with the Sycorax? I don't know, really.
he would do the same thing.
He would headbutt them.
He'd talk them into a corner and they'd go away.
You lot, go home, you buggers. Leave us alone.
He'd probably have to blow.
You're gonna burn.
You're gonna burn.
Get in the church.
Yeah. What was the question?
That was the question.
Oh.
And finally, you may or may not endorse this question, but I do. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited were you for Series 2 after the Christmas invasion?
Oh, 10.
Yeah, I was pretty damn excited. I was sad about Eccleston.
I was
but
too excited and therefore disappointed with it. Well, I was disappointed by the first episode because it wasn't very good, and I was so because we did that thing on CBBC Channel in the afternoon with Anne, Matt, and Devon.
Tell us about that. We talked about this in the Karen Gillan incident, but give us a little flavour of it for those.
All I remember is that Anne Foy was dressed as Rose, and I'm sure Matt was David Tennant. And I don't know
what was
Devon
it you kept having Anne say.
Oh, Anne kept going. Because what was that thing? What was the thing that she kept saying in the trailer? What do you think?
Oh,
Here in the original Eccleston, do you want to comment? I've got exams. I've got my mum. Shall I go with him? What do you think?
It was the Series 2 trailer.
Was that
Series
Series
2
2?
trailers. It was the one where the Doctor talked to camera.
Yeah.
There's one where Rose talked to camera.
Well, it was the Rose one.
Which the year after they then did the similar thing with the Martha and 10th Doctor
because we kept playing that more because we ran the trailers, as I remember, and I ran the Doctor Who trailers more than we should have done. And I remember she loved that. What do you think? And we had her standing there with her hand on her hip, dressed in like that. What do you think? And I don't remember, we did some stuff in the garden with an inflatable Dalek, as I remember, but I don't quite remember why or what we did.
Well, this was broadcast, right?
Yeah, but we ran because we knew Andrew Hayden Smith, because we were with him, was going to be in it, and we were very excited about that. Oh, and we did the thing with should Devon Anderson be the new Doctor Who? I remember that, and we got the BBC website to do a thing about how we were trying to petition for him to play the Doctor instead of David Tennant. But it was good, yeah, we were excited, and then I went home and watched it and was like, oh, it's not very good. New Earth was a bit disappointing.
New Earth is a weird one. New Earth almost feels like episode 2 or 3, like, you're here now, let's have a giggle, before we have a 2-part or something. But, you know what?
Because you're trying to imagine Eccleston in New Earth, you just can't.
Oh, it's not a story for him, no. I still enjoy it, though, I've got to say. I do quite like New Earth. Like Tooth and Claw, a lot more. And then School Reunion is like a goddamn gift from the gods.
It is, isn't it?
We watched that recently, didn't we?
Yeah.
And fell in love with it all over again.
We did, and we touched each other. Oh, well, I'm not going to talk about that.
That's okay, that's okay. We still have duct tape left. I think Maisie's passed out now.
She'll never be in Doctor Who again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, alright. So, that was The Ghost of Christmas Present. 2005.
It's very warm in here, isn't it?
It's very warm in here. I definitely need a drink.
I'm trying to kill you.
I need a very stiff drink.
Well, let's talk finally about the. Oh, hello. You're right.
Yeah, all right.
Matt's just clutching me, ladies and gentlemen.
Matt needs
about me pips. Let us discuss the future. During 90s 10, we talked to Cavan Scott for our 2-part film to Child. Lovely Cavan Scott with his mind and his ways. Lovely man.
Fatherly man.
Yeah.
He is, though.
He is lovely. He's a great dad. He's my dad. He's not my dad. So,
one of your many dads.
one of my several dads.
That's not true. That's impossible.
No, search your feelings. You know it to be true. Cavan was working on, when we last spoke to him, the 9th Doctor limited series for Titan Comics.
Yes.
Yes. Weapons of Past Destruction. 5-part story, Rose, Jack, 9th Doctor. It came to a close earlier this month. The final page announcing that thanks to everybody's response and the sales of the book, in spring of 2016, the 9th Doctor ongoing comic book begins.
But
Cavan
it'll
is-
be played by Nicholas Briggs.
It's the Rowan Atkinson incarnation. But Cavan's writing it, at least at the moment. The first storyline he's been saying online, and in the thing he's called Doctor Mania.
Oh yes, I saw it. Didn't
Yes.
he? Yeah, he showed it.
Yes, there is. And that kicks off in April. And the first artist is, let me just double check, Adriana Milo, who's done Ms. Marvel, Spider-Man stuff before.
Yep.
Gorgeous illustrator. I followed her on Twitter this week, sort of after the announcement, and just amazing work.
Yep.
Like joining the talents of it recently. So this is Smashing by Jing by Joe.
By Jingy by Jogi.
So, who knows? Maybe we'll gather again at some point to talk about the Ninth Doctor in comic books. But all I know is Chris lives on. He sent a video.
He'll never die, will he,
He
Chris?
sent a video to, there's a young lad, isn't there, in a hospital at the moment.
Yeah.
Who's not doing particularly well. Is it Daniel? Doctor Who Daniel?
Yes, I
has been
think it is,
nicknamed.
yeah.
And not only did Peter Capaldi show up in character and hang out with him for a bit,
But what character did he play?
but also Chris Eccleston climbed from underneath the cell I keep him in and sent a video to Dr. Daniel wishing him well, being really sweet. All the articles kept saying he does it in character, but he doesn't. He just sort of makes
He
references.
does
and-
at the beginning, though, does he?
He does
Sort of
a
in character,
little-
and then realises he can't really do it.
Yeah, which is still quite cute. I like the fact that he says 9 here.
Yeah.
12, let me know how you're getting on. So I just thought, and it's like, oh, that's
Yeah.
sweet.
That's nice.
And he says, I would get if I had a spare sonic screwdriver, I'd give you one as a present, but I don't have a spare one, and I did have to pass it on to 10, and 11, and 12. I don't know. What I'm basically saying is,
Yeah.
it's really sweet.
He's lovely, isn't he? old
It's
Chris?
really, it's so Mancunian in his sign off. He says something like, "I'm sending you all my love and all my admiration. Get well soon, son." And he like blows him a kiss and smiles. It's like, you sweetheart, because his hair's like at the right length now as well. He's grown it back after 10 pieces.
And of course he did, 10 pieces.
10 pieces too,
Which-
which is Doctor Who series 1B.
Yes. That was
Um,
directed and written by two people that I know, and they very much enjoyed working with
Yes.
Mr. Ecclestons.
It's very good. I got to watch his section during some research I'm doing on the show I'm working on at the minute. Got to pull it up and watch.
It's good, isn't it?
It's really good, and he's basically the Ninth
He's the
Doctor
Doctor,
in it.
basically, yeah.
It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Mm.
And you know what? So
Yeah.
was Christmas. It didn't feel
Christmas.
right not to at least touch on the Christmas invasion, guys, give you a bit of an update. So thank you.
Did you have the Christmas Invasion's consent to touch on it?
All right, up it.
Oh!
Thank you so much for joining us
Wow.
for this bonus episode 9 is 10. A Christmas present from me to you. To me.
It just keeps on giving both ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hard.
It's a
Into the-
re-gift.
Into the
It'll-
night.
all the ways.
All the ways.
All the ways that have been parted.
Oh, God.
Especially
Oh, no.
Matthew-
the invasion of your Christmas.
Oh, no.
Matthew Watson, tell them where they can find you and all that good jazz.
You'll never find me
You'll
again.
never find You'll never find him. He's on the run. He's it's like a sexy pirate on the run.
Pirate on the run.
Watch this space. I'll be streaming with Chris again soon.
Yes, join us on the old Twitch and that official CDJ. And that can be found at the Matty Watt
On Twitter.
on Twitter.
The
Guy,
Matty Watt.
tell them where you can be found and that.
I don't want to tell anyone where.
Online, you
they all
fool.
know where I can be found, hiding away in the
You need to
in
put-
the past.
You need to put a duct tape X in your bottom ground floor window and put shine a blue light behind it.
So you say put Shia LaBeouf behind it.
Shia LaBeouf.
Put Shia LaBeouf behind it.
I'll be found in the place where you least expected me.
If it's a bright centre to the galaxy, guys, in the place where it's furthest from.
Oh, do you know what?
I'll be found watching Star Wars again.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
that's where we'll be
Because that was
found.
nutritious.
As were you lot. So thank you so much.
You were meaty and good.
Oh, God. And a Merry Christmas to you all at home.
Ho, ho,
Goodbye.
ho.